Come one, come all. Welcome all to another episode. Not an episode. I always do this, it seems, but it's fine. Another part of Nothing But Football. If it's YouTube, it is an episode. So technically, I'm right. We're back. If you didn't catch part one,
show love.
Please do make sure to show love. You got to show love. We're talking about the Manchester United game.
No, we weren't. He's lying.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Somehow we got forced to speak about El Clasico. Yeah, I'm sure none of you guys really cared about that game. Only a couple of light-skinned guys we know. So yeah, but now we're gonna carry on with the rest of the week. We're gonna carry on with the rest of this game week. It was first game of Saturday was Chelsea versus Norwich, and yeah, that was one of the highest scoring games of the weekend. That was Chelsea going up 7-0 against Norwich. Mason Mount scored a hat-trick. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Reece James, Bell, Ben Chilwell, and an own goal by Max Aarons. I'm not going to get into the assists. But basically, Chelsea did the deed.
You know, like if Norwich was like a city in South Africa, I saw it would be like Kuruman or something.
Yeah.
Like,
no, listen.
do you think it's a thriving city? But anyway, sorry, but
no, but I'm just looking. I'm like, right, like there's nothing appealing about this football team. I'll give them that. Maybe they have other, they have a thriving cricket team or something that we don't know about. Or okay, no, rugby they don't.
Kuruman.
Kuruman, they'll claim the Griquas.
But don't play with Kuruman. Ladies from Kuruman are dimes.
100%.
Dimes.
100%. Do they have all their teeth?
Of course.
Oh, wait. Then I love them.
So, yeah.
Some of our finest celebrities are from Kuruman.
Who?
I'm not mentioning names on the podcast.
Fifi Cooper.
No. It's a dime. Kuruman is in KZN, eh?
No, Kuruman is
Northern Cape.
Northern Cape, yeah.
There's a couple of dimes I know from that side. Don't worry.
Okay.
Be best celebrities, Joe.
Okay, it's not a celebrity.
Yes, that's
Sure.
That's why when you said celebrity dog, I'm like, what? Fifi
I was gonna say his cousin. Like
Fifi Cooper gives me a Kuruman vibe. Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, 7-0. Any word on that? What does this tell you about Chelsea? Norwich, really.
Maybe it says more towards Norwich, right? Because Chelsea is that we've scored 2 goals, pack up shop, take the 3 points.
Yeah.
You gave Chelsea an extra 5.
Yeah.
Listen, I can't talk with my team haven't taken, but I mean, Kuruman FC, you lost today. Like,
You're 100% right on that. Because I watched that game, and I'm like, again, the strikers didn't score.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
It's defenders doing, besides the Mason Mount hat-trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's defenders doing all the Chelsea scores.
Did Werner pull up?
In all fairness, both their strikers are injured.
Werner also?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to get at is how long can you get away with your defender scoring? They're going to hit a dry patch. Like, we're going to hit halfway through the season and your strikers have not gotten going. Lukaku's going to find it hard to start a goal-scoring run in December when he's playing 4 games in 7 days.
Sure.
And now your defenders, 1 or 2 might fall injury. Marcos Alonso is not going to hit 10 goals this season.
He can, but he won't. But he definitely can, yeah.
No, what I'm trying to get at is when you look at, I think City have recognized goal scorers now. You know which goal scorers are coming from midfield. It's not a striker, but you know, such as like this year, Sterling's not playing a lot. It's Grealish, it's Mahrez, like, and you know they all contributing, and Gundogan is scoring like he did last season, so you know it's City. But with Chelsea, December period, 1 or 2 injuries, tough game against City. Like, who's gonna bail them out? Who is gonna bail them out? It's more of a system at Tuchel. Tuchel's got a system working nicely over there.
Yeah.
More than individual brilliance right now. Because now I'm starting to question some of those players. Are they really as good as we think they are? When I say as good as they think, I'm not saying they're not better than the rest. I'm saying they're not next level. I'm saying they're not Lukaku at Inter. That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah.
Look. I think the system will hold some of them back, but it's a good system, right? Yeah. Ish, I keep wanting to compare everything to United. Let me just keep going. God, there's things that are working there that United needs to do.
Yeah, I think I do agree with you from that point of view. Because if I'm not mistaken, I don't know how many goals Chilwell's scored, but he's
on a 3 game.
Yeah, he's a 3-game. Yeah, he's 3-game scoring streak.
Okay.
So with things like that, you look at it and you think to yourself, okay, this is going to end. And especially with the defender, when it ends, it ends.
Sure.
Like, yeah, goal scoring run could stop now.
And last for 3 years.
But I saw Tuchel, well, speaking on that, Tuchel's been complaining, saying that Lukaku's been overplayed. Because, I mean, Belgium being Belgium have been in all types of competition. They've been crying about the Nations League. Belgium will always go all the way to the end. Obviously never make it, but they'll always go all the way to the end. So I think he did kind of say, even before the injury, that this guy is going to hit a bump soon.
Excuses.
Yeah,
I must say excuses. Pedri is still jamming for Barcelona.
Pedri's 18.
But what I'm trying to get at, man, that man played.
And Barca gave him a holiday.
My boy, what holiday?
Didn't they give him a holiday when
he came back straight into that team?
And then had a holiday, isn't it? I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
That boy played close to 80 goals with games in a year. 80. He played all the way in the Champions League, all the way in the league, all the way in all the Spanish Cup competitions. He goes to the Euros, and then Spain is like, oh, and he made it all the way to the final of the
Olympics.
But isn't that a bit odd to compare an 18-year-old to a 27, 28 year?
How many games did Lukaku play? 30 games less, I'm sure.
Lukaku's been playing, but Lukaku's old.
I hear you. I don't care if he's old. He's played 30 games less.
Lukaku's not. Don't come with your slave driver mentality here.
Lukaku's not 36. He's not 36.
Oh, actually, Pedri's not. Pedri didn't play in El Clasico.
Okay.
So he must be on the holiday that you're talking about.
Now, the holiday was early. He would have been back by now. It's saying, I think they gave him a break around game week 3-4.
No, but I do believe that, I think, because he's not anywhere in the squad. Now
he's probably injured from.
Yeah, I'm thinking that now that this Gavi kid is in, maybe they've just decided to say, "Hey, bro, take a break." There's another youngster, and Ansu Fati's back as well.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you guys when you say that he's old. He must be. Maybe he needs to be rested, but nah, boy, nah.
Lukaku.
Yeah, nah, boy.
Yeah, fam, his team just won 7-0.
He even got a holiday.
Who?
Lukaku. He only played Arsenal game week 2 or 3.
Yeah, because he signed late.
But it's because he signed late.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing.
No, but he was on. Sharp. He was on holiday from Inter side. Inter said, "Dude, take a break."
So he got a holiday.
But for 2 weeks, bro.
So he got
okay. So
holidays, 2
the
weeks.
Pedri is injured actually, but he was supposed to come back, but they said, "Take your time."
Take your time. Man.
Yeah, you've been playing for all this time.
Yeah.
So
and Pedri's not from Barca's academy. Eh? They signed him.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
From like Las Palmas or something like that.
Cool. I get it. But how many games did that boy play?
No, gang boy, gang. And he has gang for wherever they signed him from. He has gang appearances for them also.
Like that boy is
for his age, you know.
Yes, Los Palmas actually he does. But yeah. But besides that, from a Lukaku point of view, I think it's a deserved break. For Chelsea, I worry about them attacking wise, but defense wise they're good.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they played Norwich. Norwich has been getting hands from everyone.
Bruh.
Like, I don't know. I'll even look.
I'd even say go check their League Cup result. I haven't even seen it. I have no clue, but I'm sure they took hands there.
Bruh, I'm gonna look at all their results because I know.
Like when Norwich comes to the Premier League, fam. Pookie can't save them for none, dog.
Yeah, because I was gonna check their results, but I'll look at their last 5 results. It was what? Lose, draw. Okay, they drew, but they drew against Burnley. They drew against Brighton. But other than that, it was 3-1, 2-0, 7-0. I know we gave them a 3-0 as well. So things don't look good for them in general.
Nah, yeah, they're
gonna
if they stayed up somehow.
They're gonna get relegated again, but it's
Sure, they League Cup, they took a 3-0 to Liverpool. Okay, you can take it to Liverpool.
Yeah, that's
I was so expecting them to take a 3-0 to like Derby County or some shit.
Yes. Watley Crew or whatever, stupid names like that. But I think let's move on. I think the other game that actually catches my eye was the Everton versus Watford game. This game took place at Goodison Park. And Everton lost that game 5-2 to Watford. Hat-trick from Joshua King.
Hey.
Kuka. I don't know what's his name. Emmanuel Dennis, the Niger brother. But goals from Tom Davies and Richarlison. Richarlison, obviously, this is his first game back. I think he's
from internationals.
No, he's had some injury problems.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so he took some time away. And obviously, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's still not there. But this result for Everton, a team we touted to be part of the top 6. What do you take from this?
Yeah, this is as a result, it's not a great one for Everton, right? So look, Everton's probably trying to catch Europa League, Europa Conference, that type of thing, so they can lose games. But I mean, to Watford, sharp, it's Ranieri, but it's Watford.
At some point, they were winning this game 2-1.
Up until the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. Last 15 minutes. Everything just went.
They conceded 4 and 15.
Everything just went bad.
Hectic. Now, from an Everton point of view, when you talk about outside the top 4, Everton's squad is actually deep. So yeah, it's a bad result.
You still got Tom Davies in the team. It's a deep team, but you still got Tom Davies in the team.
Yeah, but you're trying to take West Ham's place. They've got Mark Noble. They've got Declan Rice. They've got not Declan Rice. Shame. He's a lot better.
Didn't you guys want to sign that guy?
Yeah, no. I would still be very happy. Relatively happy.
On a
Not
side
very.
note,
I'd rather take Ruben Neves. But
on a side note, I was watching the West Ham game and they were busy talking about Declan Rice. They were like, people don't know he's as hard-working as he is, as silky smooth as his passes. And I'm like, since when can Declan Rice be considered a good passer of the ball compared to other internationals? I'm like, these English guys will gas up
they will hype you, boy.
Because I'm like,
they will hype you.
Because I sat there and I'm like, Declan Rice is the guy I expect to chase back.
Yeah, sure.
Not the guy with the smooth passes.
Silky smooth is quite a statement.
That's hectic. Because I'm not even sure if that boy is a centre back or a CDM. He's doing well in CDM, but he looks like he might be a centre back. He looks like a good Eric Dyer. Like if Eric Dyer was a good player.
Yeah.
Because it makes me laugh. Because before World Cup, he was considered one of the best CDMs.
Who? Dyer.
Declan Rice.
Yeah.
Before Euros. And now out of it, that boy is not mentioned anywhere anymore.
Really?
I don't much about compared to before the Euros.
He's still jamming. I think he's better this season than before the Euros.
But I'm just saying, but they realize he's not at the
Play-wise, I think so.
Yeah.
The guy whose things have gone quiet about is Calvin Phillips.
And wrongly so, because that guy's a baller.
No, I believe that Leeds is
Jamaica, what up?
But I believe that Leeds is having a little bit of a tough time right now. So maybe
Leeds,
that's why.
This season, from the gameplay, it looks like they want to concede less.
Yes.
Because they're not as free flowing. They're not as but we're talking about Everton in that piss poor 15 minutes of defensive football.
No man.
When you lose
so
to
Andros
Watford,
Townsend didn't save them in that game.
When you lose to Watford and the best player didn't score in that kid Sa. Ismaili Sa. You lose to a team and the best player didn't score, then you know you had a terrible performance.
Yeah, no.
Shout out to Josh King.
Yeah, man.
United Academy graduate. Somebody had to make us look decent.
I won't lie, and for a player like Josh King, he's had quite a hard road to football.
Yeah.
Because last season he was at Everton, then he was at Bournemouth. He's been pushed around a lot.
Remember when United needed a stopgap striker when we signed Igalo? We first went to, where was he at the time? It wasn't Watford. Where was this guy? Yeah, he was at Bournemouth. Bournemouth said, nah, give us 35 mil.
Yeah,
he said, no, go jerk a chicken.
No, but you see, this is why, dude, Bournemouth, they deserve everything they got for being knocked out.
And then they paid so much for Solanke.
Bruh, they used to ask for so much money for guys.
Guys, the biggest fleece of them all, Liverpool. How Bournemouth kept on buying Liverpool flops.
Yeah, they fleeced them many times, yo.
What
Jordan
Ibe?
You?
That was a good 20 million on Ibe.
Yeah.
Solanke, a good 30.
Yeah.
And then they went to Sheffield and you're like, hey, yo, man, this guy's never touched Premier League football, but give us a cool 35.
Yeah.
That
this guy will score goals for you in the championship.
He's in the championship. He's not scoring goals in the championship.
They signed him when they're in the Prem.
Yeah.
Oh, he's still not scoring in the championship.
Let me see how many goals that boy's got. You guys can
What's his name? Brewster.
Brewster.
Something Brewster.
So how many goals did that boy got, dog? He's not lighting it up.
I know what. Where is Brewster?
He's at Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Still.
They paid 20-some million for him with like one Liverpool appearance in pre-season.
That was ridiculous. I was actually just now looking for Jordan Ibe to see where he is. He's at Derby, it seems.
With Rooney.
Yeah, Derby County. He's only
just got deducted points for going into administration.
It seems as though he's only had one appearance.
At Derby even.
Yeah.
Where Ravel Morrison... Okay.
His previous club at AFC Bournemouth, it was 78 appearances with 3 goals.
And that sounds like a decent amount of appearances, Nep, but that's gang years.
Yes. He was there from 2016. Left last season.
2016
for 4 years.
To 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shit.
Ryan Brewster. 6 games in the championship.
6 games on.
0 goals. 2 goals in the EFL Cup. 2 goals in the EFL Cup. 1 goal. Premier League. 27-0.
He somehow got 27 games. Yeah.
That will include substitute appearances, though.
Yeah, but I bet none of them are for Liverpool.
27 for Sheffield.
Sure.
Sheffield. And they got Liverpool.
Liverpool will fleece you, boy. Liverpool will fleece you. Listen,
if another club buys a Liverpool academy project player, we must talk about apparently Madrid and Barca, best academies worldwide in terms of producing players that play in the top 5 leagues.
That would make sense.
Arsenal is the highest ranked.
Wait, in Europe?
Ajax is up there.
But are they top 2?
Top 2.
I think the stat that you saw was they have the most players currently playing.
Yeah.
As in, if that guy came from the academy, they look at the academy graduates, and they see where they came from.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But it's, I think Chelsea are on 23 players that are playing in the top 5 leagues. Arsenal is the highest ranked English Premier League team. And then, it's clubs you expect to see. It's Ajax, it's Dortmund, it's... Who do you call these things, guys?
Dortmund from their own academy.
I don't think so. But can't
but it's better if you sign them in the age they still count
17
as
to 21 for 3 years between the ages of 16 and 21.
Okay.
So basically, if they came from Dortmund, no matter where they are currently playing,
as long as they spend 3 years.
As long as
Oh, sure.
So they're basically saying, okay, sharp, we're producing guys.
Okay.
So you can come from. I'll give you an example. Manchester United.
Chelsea, man. Apparently they have the best academy, but it's not.
It's not the best.
There was a quite a
because they've taken many FA Youth Cups.
Yeah, but I'm talking about taking the next step to professional football, playing in the top 5 leagues. A lot of their players play in the championship.
Yeah, there are a lot of. I was actually going to say that a lot of the Chelsea guys. There was a mass exodus actually this season of the Chelsea youngsters, the ones who were in the Premier League. Premier League 2 and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of them chose, instead of to be, sent in their loan systems, they chose to actually sign for clubs now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because they're tired. Guys are tired at Chelsea.
Because they know.
Yeah,
Lucas Paizon is probably still signed to them.
Bruh, guys are...
The famous Chelsea signing. He wasn't in the academy. Guess when they got rid of... Victor Moses.
Yeah.
Guess when they sold him.
Good Lord.
Literally last season, yeah. Oh, month.
He only got off the Chelsea books last month. He was a lone player till last month.
Wow. Wow.
But
Hectic.
yes,
Hectic.
that's the one thing I can respect.
Money laundering, allegedly, at that Russian club.
Alleged money laundering. But now they're complaining about Newcastle. It's been very quiet about Newcastle.
They're very quiet. And they're not going to win it. Oh, speaking of Newcastle, did you see they said it's okay with the headbands? It's a sign of respect.
No, what the fuck? What the fuck? They were the ones saying fans don't wear this. No, you're lying, dog. Who said that? No. No ways. What? They can't. No. No.
Did they?
Who said it's okay?
But Newcastle said we had
Ah,
respect.
come on,
It's a sign
no.
of respect.
They
No,
got
it's like-
yes.
They were the ones themselves saying, hey, don't do this.
No, but I think it was Arabian, like people from like Arabic
guys were like,
descent.
it's okay.
Yes, so people who were probably from the country, like Saudi Arabia, were like,
Got
hey,
human rights here. Wear
yes,
that. It's okay.
yes,
Leave
that's
us.
exactly what happened.
We'll focus on that.
Yes, I also think that
Stop
that's what
asking
it
about
is.
this journalist.
Yes. Oh, look,
No ways, dog. That's a week. That's a week or two's difference, dog.
but that's the thing.
was
I
2
look
days
forward.
ago.
I
It was
look
2
forward
days.
to seeing what they're going to do to Newcastle. They're taking insults like this. They just like that. Dog. I'm telling you now, dog. They're gonna start doing weird things to Newcastle.
So, someone give me money, Joe. I want to see something.
Give me a cool $10 million.
Joe.
I don't know if I'll have 2 or 3 wives, but it might happen.
I want to see something, dog.
At what tax bracket will women just take my shit, my nonsense? At what tax bracket?
But you will see that a lot, though.
Baby, I'm home. Here's our new child.
Mm.
Again.
I'm sorry. Here's a Land Rover or a Range Rover.
Here's the Lamborghini Urus.
Hey, if you want to cry in a Yaris, or...
I have heard that phrase a lot.
and chicks are quick up the bat with that one.
Yeah,
I'd
I've
rather
heard that
cry
phrase.
in a range.
In the G63.
But yeah, let's move on though. We're not really going to touch on this game because it's City doing City things. Brighton went up against City. That game ended 4-1 to City. Goals by Ilkay Gundogan, double from Phil Foden, and Mahrez capped off the last goal. And it was a goal from McAllister. It was a penalty in the 81st minute.
Only thing I have to say about that game is that second goal of Foden. It's not his goal, man. It deflected off him, and now they want to make it seem like.
Oh, the one that hit the back of his legs.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently that was Jesus' goal.
Yeah. They gave it to because it's a funny thing. We're speaking about this
With the Arsenal
off
game.
air with the Arsenal game, and Lucas, and they still gave it to him.
Yes.
Oh, sure.
Because it deflected. man.
Where it was Emil Smith Rowe, and then it was a deflection of Tyrone Mings.
Yeah, and it went.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
It went different
Watch
directions.
the goal,
So,
nigga.
so
If
you
you
saw
was-
that goal. The Jesus goal, very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because it hit Foden, it's a Foden goal now.
Oh,
so
jeez.
why isn't it offside? Why isn't it an own goal to Mings if that's the case? If we're going to be doing like that.
Hold on. Is it
no, I
a.
didn't see the goals.
No, I'm very curious to see if it's a. If it's a.
Jesus assist.
Oh my gosh. Even on. Sure. On Google, an official Premier League site, it says that it was a.
Foden goal.
It's a
A
Foden
Foden
goal.
goal. Wow. Okay. The agenda's alive, eh?
Anything to hype
But
up
it's a Jesus assist.
anything to hype up the next English talent.
No, and of course, and Foden. But the thing is, Foden hasn't been scoring for long, so
Hasn't he been jamming how many goals
this season?
I would have thought he's got a few goals this season.
He hasn't scored in a couple of games, should we say?
Yeah, listen, I don't think Foden's done much. I will check.
How many goals then?
Yeah, this season 5 appearances, 3 goals.
But 2 in this game, so he was on 1 before this weekend.
Fair enough.
And the one is not supposed to be a goal.
Yeah.
So he wasn't jamming the way we. It's another thing. I think that's the next English letdown
Foden. Why?
for the expectations that they have to his level. I think that's the next English letdown.
Okay, but when you watch him play, do you see
he's
something
a brilliant
lacking?
player. He's a brilliant player.
Okay,
I just
so-
think he's overhyped to a level that he'll never reach.
Okay.
He's got the right manager, though.
Yeah, but
I think he's got the right talent level too.
I
No,
think
to
he's-
tell you the truth, why I say that is because, remember Pep has been given a lot of slack for not playing Foden a lot. And Pep has kind of suggested to say, listen, this guy needs time to, he's young. Like, he'll get the games,
Yeah.
but he needs time to adjust. He also needs time to cool down as a youngster.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me ask this to you guys. Is there another topic we're going to talk about this after portion?
Go for it. I guess we're done games wise.
Okay.
We can talk about Tottenham, but I think you don't want to.
Okay, man.
Am I? They
Yeah.
lost.
They lost. Kane made the mistake.
Yes.
To the goal. That's all I care about. What's Foden's best position?
It's a very good point. He doesn't have one. Left, I'd say on the right.
So he says
It works. He works well on the right with the cut-in shot, but I've seen him on the left as well, doing that the shot where he puts it in the other corner.
But
like-
his best position. What is his best position?
It's probably centrally, right? I'm thinking back towards that youth team that used to terrorize other teams. Was him in the center, Sancho on the left or right, and Brahim Diaz on the left or right.
Yeah.
But he was central, yeah.
You say central, now that's what you say, what is his best position. You know why I say that he's being hyped up to a level that he won't reach? Nah? Any player, to me, nah? If you come into the team and to accommodate you because you're a decent enough player, they say, okay, let's not play you in the center of midfield where you were the best at youth team. Let's move you on the right so you can learn a bit about football. Nah? I'll put that in example with what you call this thing. When Fabregas breaks into the Arsenal team, he displaces Patrick Vieira within a year. There's no question of his talent.
Displaces. Okay.
You know, but
Sure.
Nah?
I get you.
Ramsey gets into the team. Wenger is on some. You have to play on the right to learn a bit more about football. Do you see the drastic level in difference between the two players of what's world class and what's a good player trying to get to world class? Very different too. And that's Foden to me because you're very good, but you are playing on the wing. When everybody will say eventually your best position will be centrally. Chamberlain. On the wing, I want to play centrally, but you can't displace who's playing centrally at your club currently. Who's playing centrally for City? Gundogan.
Everybody, boys. His position is KDB's.
I hear you, but I hear it's KDB, but what I'm trying to say is, he's good. But the way they talk about him, you'd swear he's on KDB's level now.
Okay.
But that's the English media hype train.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's why I say he'll be the next great disappointment for them.
But maybe just to counter your point, so I hear what you're saying in terms of the hype level, right? Because the hype level is saying this might be the best English player we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Right? Best English player we've ever seen, he has a good chance of that, right? Because, Wayne Rooney's levels, but he has a good chance of that, right? But I mean, to your thing to say if you're 19 and you're playing out of position, that means you're not that great. Thierry Henry was a winger until he got converted to a striker.
Yeah, but he was never considered that great up until he played into a striker position. They weren't saying Henry was world class.
Yeah, but he wasn't English. He was never going to get that hype. Who's not English that gets that hype?
Okay, fine. But what I'm saying, that's why I'm saying the argument is, what if England players always showing us consistently? Because they get overhyped, they never live up to the level. And that's where my argument bases. Not that he's not a good player.
So I hear you on the hype, no? But towards his talent, what's your expectations then? Because if your expectation is just against the hype, then that's like neither here nor there. Towards his talent, what do you think?
He'll just be another decent English player. To me, just another decent English player. Because, as I was saying, like, when we look at other examples, when they move Henry from the wing to the striker, they were like, you know what? Striker is actually where you play best.
That guy was always a striker.
But he started on the wing. His whole career was always wing.
His first team career was on the wing. He was a striker youth team. Him and Trezeguet are killing things in the youth teams.
Okay, cool.
He was pushed out of position also.
Okay, cool. I get you on that. But I just don't see it. For Foden, I just don't see it. Especially with the amount of good English youngsters that are coming out now.
You think any of them are better than him?
I'm not saying any of them are better than him, but most of them might work harder because they're not getting as much pressure as Foden is getting now.
I hear you, but do you think any of them are better than him?
Currently, no.
Okay.
In future, yes. But
in future, who?
I don't know all these youngsters.
No, but you know enough to say he won't make it.
I'm not saying he won't make it. I'm just saying some of the other players just might be better overall. Fair. You know what I liken it to, man? It's when you look at overseas, the Germanys and the likes, all those players that are playing. The player that ends up being a world beater is never the player that they always thought was going to be a world beater in the youth team. It's never the 19-year-old. It's never the 20-year-old. It's the guy at 22 where something just clicks and he's on something. You know what? I'm going to take this by the scruff of the neck now.
Serge Gnabry.
Philip Lahm.
Serge Gnabry, Philip Lahm,
Perfect example.
Zinedine Zidane, what you call this? It's those type of players. The players that were considered generational talents. Anarko was touted to be better than Henry. Henry said it in the Anarko documentary. He was better. Which player had
When
the
we were
better
growing
career?
up, they went to. I think maybe that is why he might have moved to the winger.
Yeah.
Because they came from that same academy.
And he
Fair
was
point.
Anarko was a year below him. Henry was the older player, and he was like, nah.
He's like, this
When
guy-
we were watching that player.
Yeah, he's
that's
like,
a
this
player.
guy behind me, this guy's a beast.
So that's what it comes down to. I know it's feelings. I have
No,
no
but I hear
science behind this. There's no science. It's just seeing off past pattern behaviors. And the guy who gets hyped up at 19, if he can't displace a player in central midfield at that point in time when he's being hyped up, boy, he's gonna struggle his whole career.
Look, so I definitely hear what you're saying. I really hope it doesn't go that way because he's a good player and I really like watching him play. So I hope it doesn't go that way. But obviously history says, dude, if you're balling at 19 and you're the man at 19 and you're still the man at 29, you've got Ballon d'Ors.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, that's what makes Messi in that bracket. That's what makes Ronaldo in that bracket. Like, Zidane is in that bracket, yes, but Zidane's from like 25.
Yeah.
So he did so much, but it's like, because he's like, there's years where, you know what I mean? That's the drawback.
And they were like,
You know what I mean? But Messi he made his debut, he killed you. He made 10 appearances, he was the best. You know what I mean?
Nah, indeed.
So if from 19, I hear what you're saying. That's a lot of pressure. What do you think, Mr. Paul?
I don't know, man. I'll leave your guys' opinions to there. I don't really, think Phil Foden right now.
You think Saka will be better?
No, I don't think so, actually. I think both of them, destiny still. If Phil Foden turns out better than Raheem Sterling, I'd be very surprised.
Better than... Ooh. Okay.
Sterling's got some good stats.
From stats.
Yeah.
Okay. But Sterling...
Player-wise, Sterling was a beast.
Player-wise?
Yeah.
Compared to... I think...
Sterling used to take on players at Liverpool and beat them, dog. He just never had finishing. Went to City and then he
You
learned
don't-
to
yeah,
come
So
back.
what I'm saying is
SSS.
Foden. No. I'm not saying he's not been great, but I mean Sterling, it's his pace. This guy has skills,
Foden is fast.
but that guy's got a left foot, boy.
But
That guy's got technique.
Okay, now
No,
you
I-
say it this way, nah. You say it's his pace, nah, but that's the one quality that he has that he used to outshine everybody else.
100%.
So we can't take that as a drawback to say it's his pace.
So when you're saying if he turns out to be better than whatever, he'll be surprised. So I'm like on a stats perspective, sharp, because I think Sterling will always play closer to goal. Even now, it looks like Sterling's probably, if he stays at City, he's a striker.
But the thing is, when I say that,
Under Pep.
when I say that if his stats end up better than Sterling, I'm giving Sterling credit, but I'm also saying that with what's his name,
Foden.
With Foden, I don't know where else can he go. Like at this point, like it's one of those. I look at it and think to myself, yeah, dude, you're skilled right now, but I don't see you breaking another tier. I don't see you learning how to call. His shot never calls. He just he punts it in the corner. There.
Sure.
Like I don't see you developing like some sort of shot technique.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm trying to analyze it that way. His dribbling, like that's what I'm saying. Like, dude,
Okay, but tell me about Sterling's finishing then.
bruh, but you know Sterling.
Because if you're saying that guy doesn't curl, how does Sterling finish?
But what I'm saying is Sterling, his dribbling is amazing.
Yeah.
One of the best
It is.
in this generation.
And he showed you England.
His
England.
finishing is
2
surprising.
years.
His finishing is surprisingly good. Where he fails is that strikers finish coming into the box,
Yeah.
and they force that on him and in Man City a lot. Where it's crossed hard by a Walker or a Cancelo, and he must just put a foot in.
Sure.
That's where he fails. So hence why I say, if Foden starts to get thrown in that role, do you see him, owning it and doing better than Sterling?
I don't see him scoring as many goals as Sterling. I think Sterling will always score more goals. I think Sterling will probably also give you more assists.
Yeah.
But I think the better player is Foden.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a better player, but it means nothing if you don't improve.
Not even if
Me
you
being
don't.
better than you doesn't mean anything if I don't improve. I'm still better than you.
No, hold on.
Yeah, but if at 19 or if at 21 your career is over, I'm still playing football at 26. It means nothing.
Oh, yeah. Then you would have been better because you played more. Because you did more.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying that, yeah, sharp. We look at it right now and we think, dude, this guy is a rising star. But we first need to see it.
It's like, you know how I
agree.
How I would put it too, né? The sooner he ties down to his best position, the sooner he'll get back to being on track for the hype that they put him to. Because with other players, the way I'll put it now, is they're gonna be playing in their best positions. They're gonna learn that position perfectly. And then Foden is still playing right wing for City, right wing for England. Saka's playing right wing for Arsenal and right wing for England. But we've come to the conclusion that's his best position. So that if that's where he's going to end up, of course, he's going to go on tier. Compared to the player now at 23, hey, let's put you at central midfield. But then there's another up-and-coming youngster who's been playing that for 2-3 years, and he's mastered it better than you already. But your talent level was always there. Okay. And all of a sudden, you displaced out the team because it took you too long to master that central midfield role.
I hear what you're saying.
There's also something that it's not. It has nothing to do with their talents per se, but there's something that worries me about Phil Foden. He doesn't get as much game time as a star player should.
Sure.
Because right now I just literally decided, let me pull out the stats for Foden and Bukayo Saka for last season, appearance-wise.
For last season?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the games are close, but you look at this and you think Foden has 28 appearances and Saka has 32. The one player has been dubbed as the next big thing, i.e. Foden. I think he won Young Player of the Year last season, eh? If memory serves me correct.
That sounds right, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah,
sharp.
And I agree with it, yeah?
No, listen. Stats-wise, I look at it. Yeah, sharp. 9 goals and 5 assists. That's pretty decent.
Saka's is?
5 goals and 3 assists.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is that this guy, Phil Foden, should be playing a lot more games than this. This guy should already be on, contention of he should be playing a whole season. Saka played these games because I think he got injured sometime last season.
Yeah.
Phil Foden, you hardly hear of him getting injured.
Can I ask you this way, right? There's more competition in City. So
I get you.
If you put Saka in City, does he get those appearances?
Of course not.
So,
but do you understand what I'm saying? That
I do.
Factors like this play a part.
It will be a limiting thing.
Yes.
Because Saka will go from 32 appearances to 34.
Yeah.
To 35 to
so
captain or whatever.
So this is why
Foden will probably stay at 28 with more sub appearances. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
This is why when you look at England, when Saka's playing, England play better. Generally,
Okay, yeah.
Over the past.
Yeah.
And that's because of the
Yeah.
experience.
And you can't say the same for Foden. Yeah.
And I'd look at Foden's,
Foden Grootman pulled down. Sure. It's important.
That's just down to, at club level, you are playing the position that we are playing you at national team level. Okay. And because remember, when Saka started at England, he started in the back.
Wing back, yeah.
Then he impressed and they were like, all right, let's put you in midfield. Now all of a sudden, I don't want to say displaced Sancho and Foden, but it's looking to end up that way if he continues playing the way he's playing.
Yeah. Let's not play like he's a starter at England. Foden starts ahead of him. He's maybe doing more. But if you're saying the 11 comes out, I expect to see Foden before I see Saka. I'm not saying that means he's better or whatever.
To tell you the truth, during the Euros, it was more. They showed more faith in Saka
than Foden.
Yeah.
In the Euros.
Somehow it worked out better. I don't know why. But before the Euros, Foden was pushed more.
Okay.
It was him and Sancho pushed on the right. But I think
Sancho's never been. England hasn't put their faith in him yet.
yeah, no,
but I get what you're saying.
But I'm saying you know that Saka would be played on the left, left wing back. He'd be played left wing, and then during the Euros, it was where he was pushed.
I think
on the right.
It's probably in the Euros that Saka properly becomes an England player. Like this guy's going to be in more squads.
Agreed.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Just mainly because at club level, you are playing week in, week out in your best position.
Yeah.
The position that everybody sees you ending up in.
Yeah.
So in conclusion, if Foden's games or regular, him getting regular play, if it stays the same way, I find it hard to see him getting better.
Okay.
But if something changes and Pep says, you know what, you are going to play week in and week out, I see him maybe getting better. He will struggle because, having to put those performances in, week in and week out is going to be different. But I think it'll do him more good.
Yeah.
That's my...
Just towards that English hype, no? At the start of last season, right? So Pep once said, I've never seen a guy that's 18 years old or whatever age he was at the time, Foden, and is this good. Yeah. So English hype is like, but you coached Messi.
Yeah.
Guy says, whoa, I didn't coach Messi at that age. I'm saying I never seen a guy this age and that good. I coached Messi at 20 whatever.
So they just came...
Calm down, niggas.
No, but by the time he made that statement, the highlights were already out.
My boy.
He's better than
I didn't
Messi.
coach Messi at 18.
He's better than Messi. But yeah, man. But nonetheless, we should see what happens.
But on the last point, now, it benefits a player to play in a position that's their favorite position and make mistakes at 18.
Sure.
And then to play 6 years on the wing, and then at 24 you're making the mistakes because I think he's a smart enough and a good enough player that he'll make mistakes. Foden. He'll make mistakes in that position, but then he'll recover from it in the long run.
Look, this is the same chat. Remember when you questioned Ronaldo's stats, his Man United stats the first time around, and you were saying these 6 years, look at these stats. That's what he was doing. He was making mistakes in his role at 18. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, but he ended up in the role that he was semi-playing, like in a front three.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, that ends off this week's episode.
Man United fans,
I think we've discussed it. Not want.
If they get content, it'll get better.
Listen.
No, bullshit. It needs to get better.
It's been a great week. Good episode.
Can I tell you what my problem is? Yeah. We're playing these guys soon, bro.
No. Let it get better for the next 3 games.
Yes.
So he can keep his job.
But this is why I'm saying he's playing Tottenham. He's playing us. I think Chelsea's coming there soon.
Yeah.
I think it's City before us.
Or is it?
Yeah, it's City before you guys.
Okay. Hey, they must beat Tottenham. They must beat City.
They can beat.
They must beat Chelsea if they play in Chelsea. And then when Arsenal comes, I will take a draw. If Ole keeps his job, I will take a draw.
You guys on the 2nd of December.
Because you know what's going to happen? In
Spurs and City next games.
Yeah.
And then he'll finish 5th and I'll be happy.
No,
I think he'll
in fact, give him that trophy, man. Hey, you guys knocked out the League Cup.
The one opportunity.
So, like, share, subscribe.
Now we have to wait until Jan. In fact, finish 3rd, win the Europa League, man. Give that boy some European football.
Yeah. No, but yes, guys. Thank you for another episode. Thank you for joining us for another episode. I don't know, man. Any closing remarks? I feel like those are closing remarks.
Those are closing remarks.
Yes.
United fans, it'll get better. Remember, we used to count on Fellaini to win us games. Give the brother season.
Yeah.
Give the brother season.
Uncle Curtis?
The famous words of Ronaldo, non-words.
Oh my. That's apparently some sign that you guys have a tactic with. They do this weird, and then
I'll show you the video.
Yes, the weird zigzag.
It was weird zigzags after like the 4th goal. They were like, and I was like,
and that bro was coming on to okay, yeah. Because it was okay, but anyway, who cares? You lost.
All right, but yeah, guys, thanks for joining us. See you next week. Hope you enjoyed the episode.